Hey, what's good, everybody? Welcome to With That Being Said. I am your host, Animal Brown. Do me a quick favor, hit that subscribe button and that like button, and don't forget to comment on any one of these takes that you agree or disagree with, all right? Now, with that being said, it's the only hip-hop show that you get points for your hot takes, okay? I got two of my people in the building. I got Bougie Brother Sean, and I also got my man Premier. We got 7 topics we're gonna go over. We're gonna debate each one. Whoever wins each topic gets a point. And guess what? Whoever has the most points at the end wins the game. Pretty simple, all right? Now, let's get to this first topic. We're talking Nicki Minaj. Allegedly, her and her boyfriend got married not too long ago. Kenneth Petty is his name, in case y'all were wondering. My question to you, Premier, I'm gonna kick it off. How does Nicki getting married affect her music moving forward?
I don't think it affects it at all. I think she's going to be the same Nicki Minaj that she has been. Anything she releases, kind of like we talked about Drake in another episode, is gold. So I don't think it's going to affect much at all. The only thing that may change is if she ends up having a baby somehow. Then I think her music will change a little bit.
Sean, how you feel about Nicki getting married? Does that do anything for her career, good, bad, or indifferent?
Well, after the beef that she lost to, that no one is talking about, with Cardi B last year, I believe this is going to help her career. Actually, it's going to evolve her. It's going to mature her. With her not teaming up with as many people as she should, and her being this legendary person that she is, the maturity and the marriage side should, like I said, give a different lane, give a different perspective for Nicki Minaj, instead of the same typical, I just shake my ass and you can suck my dick roles. So,
let me ask you this, Premier. Is there a double standard when it comes to when male artists get married and they have a certain persona versus when it happens with women, or is it about the same?
It's always a double standard. I think it is a double standard, which isn't fair at all. I just feel like in a female's case, more than anything else, they are not allowed to talk about certain topics that males are allowed to talk about. So there definitely is a double standard.
Yeah, Sean, I think I'm going to lean a little bit towards you on this one. This may give her the kind of depth that she needs to add to her music to make better joints. In addition to this, she also added a new management team. I think it would have helped. I'm going to take it back. She's done the high-profile relationship before with her and Meek. We saw what happened with that. It didn't work. So now she's kind of went to like a regular person. I don't believe this guy is a celebrity. I ain't never heard of him. So I think this actually works well in her favor as well. So that way she doesn't get all the super publicity tabloid stuff that goes along with having a celebrity relationship. So I'm going to give the point to Sean. I do think this is a good thing for her career and her music, but only time will tell. We'll see what she got cooking up, all right? Now, topic number 2. We are talking 2 Chainz and Future. The two took a picture together in studio, which got a lot of fans thinking, damn, they have never released a song together. So apparently we have a song coming in the near future, no pun intended. Sean, let me ask you, do you see this being the beginning of a fruitful relationship, maybe even a collab project around the corner?
I definitely hope so. The way that Future moves around and the way that Young Thug moves around, it will only be proper for 2 Chainz to do something with either one of them. And Future and 2 Chainz are actually, they're pretty much the same artist with a different flow, with the same swag. For example, if we was to see Future on Vice and he had his own Expensivest, that would probably be, I would say, typical. I can see that happening. So, Future and 2 Chainz really need to be coming out with a collaboration instead of just talking about this one single. That's what they really need to be working on.
I'm not gonna lie, you mentioned Young Thug and I completely tuned out. I'm not sure what is that? Who is that? Premier, please, tell me, do Future and 2 Chainz have a future together musically?
I was not there to be in the studio with them. I wish I was, because I'm pretty sure that joint is fire, and I definitely think they have a collaboration coming. I mean, Future already had the Drake collaboration before. 2 Chainz did a lot of music with good music, so he's used to working with other artists. Mm-hmm. Both of them released albums this year. It was Future's going #1. I think Chainz was #4. So same connections from the ATL Atlanta. So I think a collaboration is in the works, and I hope so, because the album would be pretty dope.
Yeah, that was your point to lose because of the Young Thug reference, and you didn't lose it. So guess what? You're going to get that point. I agree. I think the song is going to be hot. Who would have sat here and thought that they had never done a song together? I think that kind of went past a lot of people's heads because I never thought of it. So it's kind of interesting with it's kind of a tight-knit rap community like Atlanta is. It's surprised to see the two A-listers never link up. So this was long overdue, and I'm definitely looking forward to a song, at least a project. We had to see about that. I had to hear what the song sounded like first. All right, so look, it's tied up going into the third topic. Let's take it back up top to New York, man. Nas dropped his long-delayed, long-awaited Lost Tapes 2 project. Some mixed reviews to some. Was it worth the wait for you, Premier, this Lost Tapes 2?
Queens in the building. I would love to say it was worth the wait, but
you got the point. I'm from Queens too. That's it. It's over with. Sean, you have nothing to win in this one. I'm gonna let you finish, and I'm gonna let you talk. But I too am from Queens, so you lost this one already. But go ahead, Premier. I'm sorry.
It doesn't live to the hype of Nas. Nas' catalog, of course, is legendary. With starting with, of course, Illmatic, going on down the line, but it took a little while for this one to come out, and while it had some gems, some joints on there, it just wasn't what I expected.
Sean, he did say he had his Lost Tapes 3 and 4 kind of already on deck. Do we need to hear those, or should he stop it too?
Well, Harlem in the building for the record. I just want to let y'all know, it's just not all about Queens up in this. We got all the boroughs in this mug, but. Yeah, I mean, I think with Nas, man, Nas is in a whole different space in his life to where his music isn't going to be what we're expecting from him. I think that, after he divorced his wife, everything changed. The way he made music and everything just completely changed. I don't believe it was bad because I know where he is in his space in his life. Mm-hmm. So, of course, the mediocre beats are just the mediocre beats that Nas picks. The repeats of these beats and the no depth of these beats is just the songs that Nas sound great on. So, I don't think it was bad at all. I just think it was perfect. It was just on a plain canvas that no one's just used to hearing.
So you're here for Lost Tapes 3 and 4.
I'm here for Lost Tapes 12
right
shit. Now. Nas is a legend, man. Nas, I feel the same way that Nori feels about Nas. If it wasn't for Nas, there would be a lot of rappers not walking and flowing the way they are.
Fair enough. With all due respect to Nas, he is most definitely a legend. You could argue if there was a hip-hop Mount Rushmore, he'd belong on it. But the Lost Tapes 2 project was some look cool. And it was just okay, and I don't think 3 and 4 are necessary at all. Again, Premier won this early in the game, so you had no chance whatsoever. Queens, QB, all of that good shit in the building. Shout out to Harlem, though, most definitely. But we are going to pay some bills. Let's get a quick break, and then we'll be back. With that being said.
Hey, bro, I see your beard been growing. What you been using?
Hey, what maestro?
I'm using Coles by nature. It's all in my bed. I like how I feel, and they come in like 4 different flavors. I see that it's growing and it's looking healthy, man. You make me feel like a baby. I'm trying to get like you, man. Stop it. No, for real, man. I gotta go cop it. So tell me a little more about it. You know I got you, cause you gotta try it. I'm black on business and they rock it. At Coles by nature, go follow. You start with the cleanse it and wash it. And next you gon' need to detox it. And then it's the oils, the butter, and they even got bread and face moisturizer. I play.
We are back. With that being said, it's your man Animal Brown. I got Premier in the building, who is up 2-1 against my partner Bougie brother Sean. All right, you can even it up with this question: it's a good look, bad look, or no look time. E40, 52. He turns 52 in November. Just dropped his 26th studio album. Practice makes paper. Wow, Sean, good look, bad look, or no look? 26 albums in the game.
I thought this was a really good look. If you actually are an E40 fan, you would be surprised at the amount of features that he had on here that was outside of the Bay Area. E40 usually has the local artists on there, so for him to have Scarface, Method Man, Pusha, Fab, with these plethora of artists, I thought it was a great look, and I also think that as a 52-year-old artist, has been in the game almost 30 years, that it definitely puts him back on the map of relevancy.
Premier, were you feeling this E40 practice makes paper joint?
Definitely. Great look. All the collaborations on there are definitely something that keeps him relevant, keeps his music mainstream. He's a great interview for a 52-year-old guy. I mean, you would never know it the way he gets out there, and he definitely is always respected by most artists in the game. I never really heard anybody say anything negative about E40, so him getting another project out there, 26, man, this is huge.
All right, let me ask y'all this. Do y'all see him at the age, like I said, he turns 52 in November. He's at 26 albums. Premier, do you see him making it to 30 albums?
I believe so. He's that type of person that's dedicated to his craft, and he's that good at it that I don't see why he would stop. No signs of slowing down from everything I heard. So I can see 30 getting there. It'll be tough, but I can see it.
Sean, over or under, you see him with 30 albums?
Early 2010 to like 2015, I would say, he was coming out with double CDs, quadruple CDs back to back. So, you know, there's albums to where he has 20 tracks on each of his double CDs. So I'm pretty sure he has 5 CDs just in the cut right now, not even anything that he's about to make. So yeah, E40 has at least another 5, 6, 8.
Ooh.
Yeah, man. Legendary. Again, E40 is one of the most legendary people. He should have a statue in the Bay. How good and how much time he done put into work. E40 is that man on the West. E40 and Snoop Dogg.
Hey, listen, you almost blew it by saying he's going to do 8 more albums. That means he'll be pushing 60, which would be bananas. But you're 100% correct. A statue of E40 in the Bay will be lit. You saved yourself, hit the shot at the buzzer. That's going to tie the game up 2-2. We're going to move on to the next topic. Let's talk Chance the Rapper. His debut album came out, The Big Day. Premier, did it live up to the hype?
It lived up to it, definitely. A lot of people have been waiting for his album. I think it took a long time for this album to come out. It was pretty good. I believe that it took a little bit longer than it should have, honestly, though.
Is this the album needed to kick off a classic catalog, Sean?
Doubt it. I mean, what lane was this album in? I mean, was this over popish? I mean, Chance the Rapper, last time I thought he was like late 20s, 30s. He sounded like Lil Pump on this album. So, you know, for me, I don't think this started off a 4x4 wood grain career. You know, like I totally missed the whole album, personally. The Gucci Man track was the best track on the whole album.
Premier, now you said it was a solid project. Do you believe it was solid enough to kind of whet the palate of the fans that have been waiting so long?
No, I don't think it was solid enough to be a classic album, but you know, for his fans though, if they've been waiting for it, it was good enough for them. Okay.
Y'all are being real nice. That album was trash. So I'll say it. That's fine if y'all won't. The album was garbage. Sean, you get the point. Double Wood, whatever. But the album was whack, period. I don't know what genre of music this is. I don't know what he was talking about. E40 album was 30 tracks long, and I got through that faster than these 17 on Chance. So 100%, the point is going to Sean. This album didn't help his cause at all. The talk in the streets. Matter of fact, if you saw him on Twitter, he sounded like he was about to jump off a cliff. We don't want you to do that, Chance. We just want you to make better music or stop altogether. One of those two. Now, before we get into this last topic, the topic before last, let's talk Dreamville. Revenge of the Dreamers 3. Of course, y'all remember the promo he did earlier this year. He booked a studio in Atlanta. 10 days, hundreds of artists came through, hella features, a whole bunch of videos, it's a documentary, blah, blah, blah. It's gotten pretty good reviews online. Let me ask you, Sean, do you think whatever Cole set out to accomplish that he did that with this compilation?
I believe Cole had a methodical, strategical way of getting what he needed to get out the situation. I don't think just putting Dreamville's name out there was his end goal. I believe that was just part of the process. I personally believe that J.Cole needed these young artists in there to kind of get his fire back under his ass. We're so used to hearing J. Cole talk about his family, talk about school shit, and he doesn't really get in his bag. And this was his first time getting back in his bag because of the youth and all the younger rappers that was around. So I believe he did low-key get what he really wanted out of it, and that was, you know, stepping outside of his box.
Premier, do you think he set out to accomplish whatever he meant to do with this particular project?
For this particular project, he accomplished what he wanted, getting the brand out there. I mean, when you are able to surround yourself with talent, it only brings more talent out of you. You can learn, you can from them, you can create more. So I think J.Cole does a great job of adapting. He's a kind of a chameleon when he gets on tracks. He can take flows, different approaches to get his message out. So I think for this particular project, he accomplished what he wanted to. I do not think that this is the ultimate goal for him or the end of it at all.
Did anyone stand out to you on this project other than Cole? Did anyone make you want to kind of double back and check into more of their catalog?
Oh, most definitely. But before we get into that, you know, a lot of people call KOD a classic, but they didn't call the album before that, For Your Eyes Only, a classic. So again, this helped him get in his bag, and it also showed that JID is next up on the list. But outside of that, 400 and Buddy were the two highlights of this album, man. Buddy should be on Dreamville if he's not on a major label, and 400 needs to be figuring out how he's going to get on the next major label if he can't get with Dreamville. Shout out to those two West Coast artists.
Absolutely. Premier, anybody stand out on this project to you?
Definitely JID. For the most part, I had to go back and check out some stuff that I was kind of sleeping on in a way. I don't know if it was too many people talking about it, and sometimes people talk a lot, and I'm like, I gotta check it out for myself. So I went back to check him out more than anybody else.
Yeah, I will say this. I'm not sure what Cole's end game was, but I wouldn't necessarily say he needed a light under his fire because he's been killing features. He's probably been the #1 feature person for these last 365 days. So I don't know if he necessarily needed any extra push. However, I do think his goal was accomplished with this particular project, and it is keeping, at the end of the day, it's keeping his name hot. So, Sean, I will give you that one again. That's another point. Now we're going to go to this quick break before we run down this last topic. Let's pay some bills and be right back. Are back. With that being said, it's your man Animal Brown. Very last topic of the day. We are talking celebrity kids, all right? Blue Ivy, Jay and Beyonce's daughter, got their first Billboard Hot 100 with Brown Skin Girl with Jaden and Willow cooking as well. Same month, they've been killing shit. What is the bar for celebrity kids, musician-wise, Premier? How high can they go with this?
Well, who you know can get you places. What you know and how much talent you have determine how long you'll stay there. So these celebrity kids have an advantage because they are connected and they're kind of plugged in already to a great network. But if they're not talented, I don't see it going too far. You have the T.I.'s kids, I believe one of them raps. I haven't really heard anything from him. Diggy Simmons, he had one track out. Haven't heard anything more, so talent does matter. You can get started, but without good songs, good quality music, you don't go too far.
How far can talent get you, man? Do you even need talent when you're Jay-Z and Beyonce's daughter?
I don't think you need talent at all. I mean, just the fact that St. John's put that hook together and you have your daughter just singing what St. John says, I mean, I can do that. Does Beyonce write any of her stuff? So maybe her daughter's going in the same footsteps. Now, like last time I heard, Beyonce isn't the best singer in the game either. So, does talent get you somewhere, or is it just hard work and grind? So, I personally believe that, no, talent doesn't get you far at all, especially in these days. Clout, trolling, and viral videos get you where you need to get. celebrityism just gets your name out there. It kind of helps, and that's really all it is. Talent is just the extra nowadays.
Sean throwing rocks at the Queen Bee will get you nowhere. That is a quick way to get you out of this game. Banned for life. Shout out to Queen Bee, probably one of the hardest working people in the game, but also at the same time, super talented as well. It's not easy to get up there and dance and sing at the same time for hours at a time. You know, so I got to give her that. That point goes to Premier for sure, but it's too little too late. Sean had it wrapped up, sold up. That's why he felt the need to just go hard at B, because he knew he already had this game sold up, all right? He wins 4-3. Sean, 2 in a row. You cooking right now. Give us something to get out of here with.
Big time, big time. We out here smoking, man. This is going to be a hot fall, and it's going to be a cold winter. So make sure y'all stick around, because Bougie Brother Sean gonna be here. Make sure y'all check out the show, man. We always here. Subscribe too.
No, definitely, man. It's your man Animal Brown. We'll see y'all next time with that being said.